Om Sambara Sambara Bimanasarma Zababa Humpe Soha. Om Sambara Sambara Bimanasarma Zababa Humpe Soha. Om Sambara Sambara Bimanasarma Zababa Humpe Soha. The Chapter on Medicines. Chapter 7. Summary of Contents. Kimpila, Ahi Chatra, Mathura, Rashtrapala, Hastinapura, the Great City, Shrugna, Brahmin Village, the City of Kala, Rohitaka, Shadvala, and Nandivardhana. These are correctly explained. Kimpila. The Blessed One arrived in Kimpila and stayed in Kimpila forest. Thereupon the Blessed One said to the Venerable Kimpila, O Kimpila, I will teach you to meditate on the 4 applications of mindfulness. Listen to it well and keep it in mind. I shall teach it. When the Blessed One had said this, the Venerable Kimpila remained silent. He remained so when the Blessed One said it, a second time and a third time. Then the Venerable Ananda said to the Venerable Kimpila, Venerable Kimpila, the teacher is speaking to you. I know, O Venerable Ananda, I know well, O Venerable Ananda. Then the Venerable Ananda said to the Blessed One, O Blessed One, it is the right time. O Sugata, it is the right time. If the Blessed One teaches the monks to meditate on the 4 applications of mindfulness, the monks will listen to it and grasp it. Ananda then listen to it well and keep it in mind. I shall teach it. Here a monk in a village or town, when he has mindfully breathed in, he knows that he has breathed in. He knows that he has breathed out, observing cessation. When a noble disciple, having mindfully breathed in, knows that he has mindfully breathed in, he knows that he has, with his bodily formations, made supple, breathed out, observing the body in the body. The noble disciple dwells, observing the body in the body. When he thus dwells, the noble disciple knows that his mind is concentrated inwardly. Ananda, suppose for instance a stupa is built out of dirt at the crossroads of main streets, and then someone roaming by vehicle, palanquin, or chariot comes there from the east. What do you think, Ananda? Will the dirt stupa disintegrate? Yes, it will, O honored one. In the same way, when a noble disciple learns that he has mindfully breathed in, he knows that his mind is concentrated inwardly. When a noble disciple, experiencing pleasure, knows that he has, with his mental formations, made supple, breathed out, observing perception in perception, the noble disciple dwells, observing perception in perception. When he thus dwells, the noble disciple knows that his mind is concentrated inwardly. Ananda, suppose for instance a stupa is built out of dirt at the crossroads of main streets, and then someone roaming by vehicle, palanquin, or chariot comes there from the south, observing perception in perception. When he thus dwells, the noble disciple knows that his mind is concentrated inwardly. When a noble disciple has experienced his mind and breathed in, with his mind pleased, concentrated, and liberated, he knows that he has breathed in with his mind liberated, and, having breathed out with his mind liberated, he knows that he has breathed out with his mind liberated, and he dwells observing his mind in his mind. When he thus dwells, the noble disciple knows that his mind is concentrated inwardly. The parable of the stupa and a vehicle and so forth from the west should be narrated here. Because both his longing and despair have disappeared in his body, perception, and mind, he dwells in equanimity, observing mental objects in mental objects. When he thus dwells, the noble disciple knows that his mind is concentrated inwardly. Suppose, for instance, a stupa is built out of dirt at the crossroads of main streets, and then someone roaming by vehicle, palanquin, or chariot comes there from the north. Ananda, what do you think? Will the dirt stupa disintegrate? Yes, it will, O honored one. In the same way, observing mental objects in mental objects, when he thus dwells, the noble disciple knows that his mind is concentrated inwardly. Ananda, if he is thus, he is said to have meditated on the 4 applications of mindfulness. Ahikshatra. Then the Blessed One arrived at a hamlet wherein was the Venerable Maha Madhyayana's uncle, who had gone forth among rishis. Since the Blessed One thought that the Venerable Maha Madhyayana ought to convert this rishi, he instructed the Venerable Maha Madhyayana, Madhyayana, think about your uncle. Certainly, O honored one, replied the Venerable Maha Madhyayana to the Blessed One. He knew the time to convert his uncle had come, and tried to enter the hermitage of the rishis. Then the rishi said, O Shramana, stop. You should not enter this hermitage of Brahmins. I am a Brahmin too, replied the Venerable Maha Madhyayana. The rishi then spoke a verse. O Brahmin, you have neither the sacred grass nor a ladle for burnt offerings. You are bald, and you do not perform fire offerings. Why do you say that you are a Brahmin? The Venerable Maha Madhyayana spoke some verses in reply. O Brahmin, it is my sacred grass. To know shame, my ladle is my knowledge. My faith, which is like constantly flowing water, is my water jar. The truth is my fire offering. I, who am well concentrated within, correctly restrained and self-controlled, I burn offerings by day and by night. Even if that is so, said the rishi, a shaven-headed Shramana is not permitted here. Then the Venerable Maha Madhyayana caused a storm. He went near a lake, approached a tree, and sat under it. There lived an attendant of the Naga kings, Nanda and Upananda. The Naga thought, this is the noble one Maha Madhyayana, whom the Naga kings Nanda and Upananda respect. Now I will make an effort to venerate him. The Naga left his residence and sat encircling the Venerable Maha Madhyayana's body 7 times, and raising his hood over the Venerable Maha Madhyayana's head. It is commonplace among rishis that if one is not concerned about another's pain, one ceases being a rishi. Therefore the rishi thought, if that mendicant dies in the storm, and I cease being a rishi, that would not be appropriate. He then left the hermitage and tried to find him. He saw the Venerable Maha Madhyayana and said, O mendicant, enter our hermitage. O great rishi, did you cease being a rishi? Asked the Venerable Maha Madhyayana. The rishi recognized his voice and asked in return, Are you the noble one Maha Madhyayana? O rishi, people know me thus. O noble one, for what purpose did you come here? I came for the very purpose of your conversion. Now let us go to the Blessed One. The Venerable Maha Madhyayana then took his uncle to the Blessed One. When he had arrived, he bowed low until his forehead touched the Blessed One's feet, and then he sat down to one side. The Venerable Maha Madhyayana said to the Blessed One, This is my uncle, who has gone forth among rishis. The Blessed One should preach the Dharma for him. The Blessed One knew the rishi's thinking, proclivity, disposition, and nature, and preached the Dharma that was appropriate for him. Having heard the Dharma, the rishi actualized the fruit of a never-returner. He rose from his seat, draped his upper robe over one shoulder, made the gesture of supplication to the Blessed One, and said to him, O honored one, I wish to go forth and be ordained a monk in the well-taught Dharma and Vinaya. I will lead the pure life in the presence of the Blessed One. The Blessed One ordained him by saying, Come, monk. Because the Tathagata said, Come, his hair fell out, and he was clad in his outer robe. His faculties at once calmed, and his body swathed in the Buddha's mind. When the Venerable Maha Madhyayana had left, the Naga felt lonely and unhappy. He caused various epidemics in the hamlet, and, dressed as a rishi, went to the hermitage and dwelled there. Then the people of the hamlet came to the hermitage and said, O great rishi, such epidemics have befallen us. What should we do? Come and stay in this place, replied the rishi, and the epidemics will be quelled. The people of the hamlet then went to that place and dwelled there, because the serpent Ahi had served as an umbrella, chhatra, there. The place became famous as Achi Chhatra, and devout people built a monastery and provided it with all the requisites. Mathura. The Buddha, the Blessed One, arrived in Mathura and stayed in the mango forest of practitioners undergoing training on the bank of the river Prabhadrika. Then the Blessed One said to the monks, "Monks, you should rely on the island that is yourself, the refuge that is yourself, the island that is the Dharma, the refuge that is the Dharma, and not on other islands or other refuges. Monks, you should correctly learn that you should rely on the island that is yourself, the refuge that is yourself, the island that is the Dharma, the refuge that is the Dharma, and not on other islands or other refuges. What are sorrow, lamentation, pain, despair, and distress like? Being attached to something, people observe it as self, and hence, on account of it, sorrow, lamentation, pain, despair, and distress that have not yet arisen will arise for these people, and such things that have already arisen will increase and grow. Why is this? O honored one, since the Blessed One is the root of the Dharma, the Blessed One is the leader, and the Blessed One is the teacher, may the Blessed One teach the meaning of this to the monks. The monks will listen to it from the Blessed One and grasp it. O monks, then listen to it well, and keep it in mind. I shall teach it. O monks, when there are visual objects and people are attached to visual objects and observe visual objects as self, sorrow, lamentation, pain, despair, and distress that have not yet arisen will arise for these people, and such things that have already arisen will increase and grow. O monks, when there are feeling, perception, formations, and consciousness, and people are attached to consciousness, and observe consciousness as self, sorrow, lamentation, pain, despair, and distress that have not yet arisen will arise for these people, and such things that have already arisen will increase and grow. O monks, look. When he knows that he had breathed in, observing perception in perception, the noble disciple dwells, observing perception in perception. When he thus dwells, the noble disciple knows that his mind is concentrated inwardly. Suppose, for instance, Ananda, a stupa is built out of dirt at the crossroads of main streets, and then someone roaming by vehicle, palanquin, or chariot comes there from the south, observing perception in perception. When he thus dwells, the noble disciple knows that his mind is concentrated inwardly. When a noble disciple knows that he has experienced his mind and breathed in, with his mind pleased, concentrated, and liberated, and having breathed out with his mind liberated, knowing that he has breathed out with his mind liberated, and observes his mind in his mind, the noble disciple dwells, observing his mind in his mind. When he thus dwells, the noble disciple knows that his mind is concentrated inwardly. The parable of the stupa and a vehicle, and so forth, from the West should be narrated here. Because both his longing and despair have disappeared in the body, perception, and mind, he dwells in equanimity, observing mental objects in mental objects. When he thus dwells, the noble disciple knows that his mind is concentrated inwardly. Ananda, what do you think? Suppose, for instance, a stupa is built out of dirt at the crossroads of main streets, and then someone roaming by vehicle, palanquin, or chariot comes there from the north. Will this dirt stupa disintegrate? Yes, it will, O honored one. In the same way, observing mental objects in mental objects, when he thus dwells, the noble disciple knows that the inner concentration of mind exists. Ananda, if he is thus, he is said to have meditated on the 4 applications of mindfulness. Rashtrapala. The Blessed One, traveling through the country of Kuru, arrived in Stula-Kostaka and stayed in Stula-Kostaka forest near Stula-Kostaka. When the Brahmins and householders in Stula-Kostaka heard that the Blessed One, traveling through the country of Kuru, had arrived in Stula-Kostaka and was staying in Stula-Kostaka forest near Stula-Kostaka, they met together, flocked together, left Stula-Kostaka, and went to the Blessed One. Upon their arrival, they bowed low until their foreheads touched the Blessed One's feet, and then they sat down to one side. When they had sat down to one side, the Blessed One, through talk consistent with the Dharma, instructed, inspired, encouraged, and delighted the Brahmins and householders in Stula-Kostaka. At that time, a householder's son named Rashtrapala was sitting in the assembly. Rashtrapala, the son of a householder, thought, if I correctly understand the meaning of what the Blessed One has said, it is difficult for laymen who live at home to lead the pure life, which is totally pure, unmixed, completely pure, and clean throughout their lives. Now I will go forth from my home into homelessness, with true faith, having shaved off my hair and beard and donned saffron robes. After the Blessed One had instructed, inspired, encouraged, and delighted the Brahmins and householders in Stula Kostaka in a variety of ways through talk consistent with the Dharma, he remained silent. The Brahmins and householders of Stula Kostaka then rejoiced in and praised the words of the Blessed One. They bowed low until their foreheads touched the Blessed One's feet, and then departed from the Blessed One's presence. As soon as the Brahmins and householders in Stula Kostaka had departed, Rashtrapala, the son of a householder, rose from his seat, draped his upper robe over one shoulder, made the gesture of supplication to the Blessed One, and said to him, "O honored one, I wish to go forth and be ordained a monk in the well-taught Dharma and Vinaya. I will lead the pure life in the presence of the Blessed One." "O son of a householder, have your parents permitted it?" "No, they have not, O honored one." "O son of a householder, the Tathagata and the disciples of the Tathagata neither let anyone go forth nor ordain him while he does not have his parents' permission. In that case, O honored one, I will try to gain permission from my parents." Then Rashtrapala, the son of a householder, praised and was delighted at the words of the Blessed One and went home. When he had arrived, he said to his parents, "Father, mother, please be informed that I will go forth from my home into homelessness with true faith." "Our son Rashtrapala, understand this. You are our only dear, sweet, darling son, who has never disobeyed us. If you die, we will have to part from you unwillingly. But where would we let you go while you are still alive? Father, mother, if you permit this right now, that's fine. But if you do not permit this, I will neither have a meal nor pay obeisance to you from today onward." Then Rashtrapala, the son of a householder, fasted for a day. After that, fasted for 2 days, for 3 days, all the way to 7 days. Then the parents of Rashtrapala said to him, "Our son Rashtrapala, understand this. You are delicate, you desire comfort, and you have not known pain. It is difficult to lead the pure life. It is difficult to practice in complete seclusion. It is difficult to rejoice in solitude, and it is unbearable to live in a dwelling in the wilderness, in a forest, or on the outskirts of a town. Stay here, our son Rashtrapala, and enjoy the objects of desire, give donations, and make merit." Even when told this, Rashtrapala, the son of a householder, remained silent. The parents of Rashtrapala then asked their relatives for help. "O relatives, make our son Rashtrapala come to his senses at once." Then the relatives of Rashtrapala, the son of a householder, went to Rashtrapala. When they had arrived, they said to him, "Son Rashtrapala, understand this. You are delicate, you desire comfort, and make merit." Even when told this, Rashtrapala, the son of a householder, remained silent. Then the parents of Rashtrapala asked Rashtrapala's friends for help. "O sons, make our son Rashtrapala come to his senses at once." Then the friends of Rashtrapala, the son of a householder, said to Rashtrapala, "Good son Rashtrapala, understand this. You are delicate, you desire comfort, and make merit." Even when told this, Rashtrapala, the son of a householder, remained silent. Then the friends said to the parents of Rashtrapala, "Father and mother, what use is there in letting this son Rashtrapala die? Permit him to go forth. Then if he rejoices in the pure life, you will be able to see him alive. If he does not rejoice in it, to whom will the son go but to his parents? Sons, if he lets us see him after he has gone forth, we will permit this." Then the friends said to Rashtrapala, the son of a householder, "Good son Rashtrapala, be informed that your parents permit this." They said, "If our son lets us see him after he has gone forth, sirs, I will let them see me." Therefore Rashtrapala, the son of a householder, having gradually recovered his bodily strength and power, went to the Blessed One. When he had arrived, he bowed low until his forehead touched the Blessed One's feet, and then he sat down to one side. When he had sat down to one side, Rashtrapala, the son of a householder, said to the Blessed One, "O honored one, I was given permission by my parents. Therefore, O honored one, I wish to go forth and be ordained a monk in the well-taught Dharma and Vinaya. I will lead the pure life in the presence of the Blessed One." Rashtrapala, the son of a householder, went forth and was ordained a monk in the well-taught Dharma and Vinaya. Then the Blessed One, having let Rashtrapala, the son of a householder, go forth and ordained him, and having stayed in Stula Kostaka as long as he wished, traveled to Shravasti. In due course he arrived at Shravasti and stayed in Shravasti in the Jetavana Anathapindada's park. 10 years after his ordination, the Venerable Rastrapala attained the state of an arhat. Having savored the joy and happiness of liberation, he thought, "Once when I was a layman, I promised my parents to see them after I had gone forth. Now I will carry out my promise." The Venerable Rastrapala then went to the Blessed One. Upon his arrival, he bowed low until his forehead touched the Blessed One's feet, and then he sat down to one side. When he had sat down to one side, the Venerable Rastrapala said to the Blessed One, "O honored one, once when I was a layman, I promised my parents I would see them. Now I will go to carry out my promise." Then the Blessed One made his mind penetrate the mind of Venerable Rastrapala. When it had penetrated it, he concentrated his mind on the mind of the Venerable Rastrapala, and then he thought, "It is impossible that Rastrapala, the son of a noble family, will dwell at home again or enjoy the objects of desire by hoarding." And so he said to the Venerable Rastrapala, "Rastrapala, go and liberate beings who have not been liberated, release those who have not been released, relieve those who have not been relieved, emancipate those who have not been emancipated." The Venerable Rastrapala then praised and delighted in the words of the Blessed One. The Venerable Rastrapala bowed low until his forehead touched the Blessed One's feet, and he then departed from the Blessed One's presence. After that night had passed, the Venerable Rastrapala, dressed early in the morning, took his bowl and his robe, and entered Sravasti for alms. He took a meal of alms in Sravasti and returned after the meal. He put in order the bedding and seat he had used, and set out for Stula Kostaka. As he traveled, in due course he arrived at Stula Kostaka, and stayed in Stula Kostaka forest near Stula Kostaka. Thereupon the Venerable Rastrapala, after that next night had passed, dressed early in the morning, took his bowl and his robe, and entered Stula Kostaka for alms. Going for alms in Stula Kostaka, in due course he went to his own home. At that time a barber was arranging the hair and beard of the Venerable Rastrapala's father in the courtyard, and his father saw the Venerable Rastrapala standing before the gate. When he saw him, the father scolded him, "You, shaven-headed Shramana, you have destroyed my family line. You made Rastrapala, my only dear, sweet, darling son, who had never disobeyed me, go forth, and then ordained him. You shaven-headed Shramana, who is going to give you alms food?" Then the Venerable Rastrapala, having gotten no offering but of use, left his own home before he was chased away. At that time an old woman, who had once been a slave of the Venerable Rastrapala, came out the door, carrying spoiled, day-old kumasha in order to throw it away. When the Venerable Rastrapala saw the old woman, his former slave, he said to her, "Sister, if you are throwing away that spoiled, day-old kumasha, I will eat it. Please, put it in this bowl." "Oh, noble one, please have it." Putting the spoiled, day-old kumasha in the bowl, the old woman, his former slave, then recognized the characteristics of the hands, feet, face, nose, and way of speaking of the Venerable Rastrapala. She asked, "Sir, are you Rastrapala?" "Yes, sister. Please know me thus." Then the old woman, his former slave, hurried to the Venerable Rastrapala's father. When she arrived, she said to him, "Sir, please be informed that your son Rastrapala arrived in Stula Kostaka long before, but he would not enter his own home." Then the Venerable Rastrapala's father, holding his hair with his left hand and wearing nothing but his loincloth, rushed to Venerable Rastrapala. At that time the Venerable Rastrapala was sitting by the wall and eating the spoiled, day-old kumasa. Then the Venerable Rastrapala's father asked him, "Rastrapala, why do you not enter your own home despite having arrived in Stula Kostaka long before? Why are you eating that spoiled, day-old kumasa?" "O householder, when I came to your house, I got no offering but abuse, and had to leave before I was chased away. I did not know it was my son Rastrapala. If I had known, I would not have said such a thing. My son Rastrapala, forgive me. I forgive you, O householder." Then the Venerable Rastrapala's father firmly embraced him and had him sit on a seat prepared in his own home. The father then said to Rastrapala's mother, "Our son Rastrapala has come back home after a long time. Oh, cook and prepare a meal immediately. Our son Rastrapala will eat it." The Venerable Rastrapala's mother then cooked and prepared a meal herself. Then a man piled pieces of gold in such a large heap that someone standing behind it could not see another standing before it, and someone standing before it could not see another standing behind it. The Venerable Rastrapala's mother said to him, "My son Rastrapala, your mother has this amount of what is called dowry, dower or married portion. Your father has also accumulated gold, and hundreds of thousands of fine grains of gold, not to mention other things. My son Rastrapala, now stay here and enjoy the objects of desire. Give donations and make merit. O householder's wife, if you will listen to my words with faith, I will instruct and teach you. My son Rastrapala, instruct me. My son Rastrapala, teach me. I will listen to your words with faith. O householder's wife, now make new bags with linen. Put the gold and fine grains of gold in them. Load them on it to a carriage, and throw them in a deep, rapid stream in the Ganges. Your sorrow, lamentation, pain, despair, and distress have arisen from those roots." Then the Venerable Rastrapala's mother thought, "I am not able to turn back my son Rastrapala in this way." The Venerable Rastrapala's mother then urged her daughter-in-law to help. "Oh, my daughter, anoint your body with incense, bathe, wear various scents, dress yourself, adorn yourself with adornments, burn various kinds of incense, and scatter incense powder immediately, just as you once pleased and comforted my son Rastrapala in that way when he was a layman. Then throw yourself at my son Rastrapala's feet and say, 'What are the celestial nymphs like, for the sake of whom you have led the pure life in the presence of the Blessed One?'" Then the former wife of the Venerable Rastrapala did anoint her body with incense, bathed, wore various scents, dressed herself, adorned herself with adornments, burned various kinds of incense, and scattered incense powder, just as she had once pleased and comforted the Venerable Rastrapala in that way when he was a layman. She then threw herself at the Venerable Rastrapala's feet and said, "What are the celestial nymphs like, for the sake of whom you have led the pure life in the presence of the Blessed One?" "O sister, it is not for the sake of celestial nymphs that I have led the pure life in the presence of the Blessed One." Then, because the Venerable Rastrapala addressed his former wife as sister, she fainted and fell to the ground. The Venerable Rastrapala then said to his parents, "Father, mother, why do you not give me food if you were going to give it? Why leave it and torment me? Our son Rastrapala, have it." Then the parents with their own hands served and satisfied the Venerable Rastrapala with a pure and fine meal. When with their own hands they had served and satisfied him in a variety of ways with a pure and fine meal, knowing the Venerable Rastrapala had finished his meal and washed his hands and his bowl, they took low seats and sat before the Venerable Rastrapala in order to hear the Dharma. The Venerable Rastrapala then spoke some verses. "Look, even though a body is decorated with jewels and earrings, it has illness along with its seductive nature, and never remains stable. 8 braids of hair and eyes lined with collyrium may delude ignorant people, but they cannot delude those who seek what is beyond. A body anointed with perfumes and feet smeared with red chalk may delude ignorant people, but they cannot delude those who seek what is beyond. Eyes painted with fresh collyrium and a decorated rotten body may delude ignorant people, but they cannot delude those who seek what is beyond. A hunter cannot catch a deer that has escaped in spite of a snare laid in just the same way. Leaving the hunter wailing, you should eat and leave for your dwelling place." Then the Venerable Rastrapala, through talk consistent with the Dharma, instructed, inspired, encouraged, and delighted his parents. Thereupon he flew away across the sky, and the Venerable Rastrapala went to Stula Kostaka forest. When he had arrived, he sat under a Vibhitaka tree in order to pass the day there. At that time, King Kauravya had often been talking about the fame of the Venerable Rastrapala and said, "I will meet the Honorable Rastrapala personally sometime. I will ask him a question sometime, if he would deign to answer." Then King Kauravya ordered a forest custodian, "My man, go and very quickly clean Stula Kostaka forest. I will take a stroll there tomorrow." "Certainly, your majesty," replied the man to King Kauravya. And he cleaned all of Stula Kostaka forest. When the man saw the venerable Rastrapala sitting under the Vibhitaka tree, passing the day, he thought, "Here is the venerable Rastrapala, whose fame King Kairavya has repeatedly talked about, and about whom he has said, 'I will meet the Honorable Rastrapala personally sometime. I will ask him a question sometime, if he would deign to answer. He has arrived at such and such a place, near Stula Kostaka. I will now inform King Kairavya.' Then the man went to King Kairavya. When he had arrived, he said to the king, 'The venerable Rastrapala is here, the one whose fame your majesty has repeatedly talked about, and about whom you have said, I will meet the honorable Rastrapala personally sometime. I will ask him a question sometime, if he would deign to answer. He has arrived at such and such a place near Stula Kostaka. May your majesty know it is the right time.' King Kairavya then ordered another man, 'My man, now quickly prepare a beautiful vehicle. I will ride in it and go to see the venerable Rastrapala today.' 'Certainly, your majesty,' replied the man to King Kairavya. Then, having quickly prepared the beautiful vehicle, he returned to King Kairavya. When he had arrived, he said to King Kairavya, 'Your majesty, the vehicle is ready. May your majesty know it is the right time.' King Kairavya then rode in the beautiful vehicle, left Stula Kostaka, and went to see and serve the venerable Rastrapala. Having gone as far as he could go by vehicle, he alighted from the vehicle and entered the park on foot. When the venerable Rastrapala saw King Kairavya coming from a distance, he said, 'Welcome, great king. Now, great king, since this is your country, please invite me to a seat if you so like.' 'O Rastrapala, my country it is, but I ask you, Rastrapala, to invite me to a seat.' 'Then, great king, here is a seat for you. Please sit down, if you so like.' Face to face with the venerable Rastrapala, King Kairavya then made plenty of pleasant and joyful conversation, and sat down to one side. When he had sat down to one side, King Kairavya said to the venerable Rastrapala, 'O honorable Rastrapala, if one belongs to a lowly family, has run through his entire possessions, or has become old, he might go forth from his home into homelessness with true faith, having shaved off his hair and beard and donned saffron robes. Since we belong to the Kairavya family, and our possessions are abundant, I have thus allotted a portion of our possessions to the honorable Rastrapala. O honorable Rastrapala, stay here now, enjoy the objects of desire, give donations, and make merit. The great king has invited me in an inappropriate way, not in an appropriate way. One like you must not invite a learned man like me in such a way. How should I invite you, honorable Rastrapala, if in an appropriate way? Great king, if you were now to say, O Rastrapala, my country is rich and free from harm, calamity, and danger, and there it is easy to obtain alms food. O honorable Rastrapala, stay in this Stula Kostaka, and I will protect, shelter, and guard you in accordance with the Dharma. O great king, that I would wish. Such is said only by one with a faithful mind. If you would deign to answer my questions, I would ask some questions of the venerable Rastrapala.' 'O great king, ask. I will explain after listening.' 'O Rastrapala, there are 4 kinds of decay. Because they have decayed through these, sons of noble families will go forth from their homes into homelessness, with true faith, having shaved off their hair and beards and donned saffron robes. What are the 4? Decay through old age, decay through illness, decay in terms of relatives, and decay in terms of possessions. O Rastrapala, what is decay through old age? Here a son of a noble family, having become old and decrepit, thinks, Now, since I am old and decrepit, I cannot easily enjoy even the objects of desire that I possess right now, let alone what I do not possess. Now I will go forth from my home into homelessness with true faith, having shaved off my hair and beard and donned saffron robes. Because he has decayed through old age, he will go forth from his home into homelessness with true faith, having shaved off his hair and beard and donned saffron robes. This is said to be decay through old age. Though you, honorable Rastrapala, had not decayed through old age, you went forth from your home into homelessness with true faith, having shaved off your hair and beard and donned saffron robes. Why? You, honorable Rastrapala, are young, junior, youthful, with black hair, in the prime of youth. While you should be involved in play, pleasure, fun, adornment, and decoration, you instead went forth from your home into homelessness with true faith, having shaved off your hair and beard and donned saffron robes. Though your relatives were choked with tears, crying and not happy. What did you, Honorable Rastrapala, know, see, hear, and understand, so that you went forth in that way? I am not pleased with this. I cannot bear this. O Honorable Rastrapala, what is decay through illness? Here a son of noble family has become seriously ill, afflicted with a painful illness, and thinks, since I am seriously ill, afflicted with a painful illness, I cannot easily enjoy even the objects of desire that I possess right now, let alone what I do not possess. Now I will go forth, having shaved off my hair and beard and donned saffron robes. Because he has decayed through illness, he will go forth, having shaved off his hair and beard and donned saffron robes. This is said to be decay through illness. Though you, Honorable Rastrapala, had not decayed through illness, you went forth, with true faith, having shaved off your hair and beard and donned saffron robes. Why, you, Honorable Rastrapala, are free from harm, free from illness, and your temperature is in a good state, neither too cold nor too hot, but healthy and free from harm. You will safely digest foods, drinks, whatever you eat, and whatever you taste. What did you, Honorable Rastrapala, know, see, so that you went forth? I am not pleased with this. I cannot bear this. O Rastrapala, what is decay in terms of relatives? Here a son of a noble family, after his relatives have died and gone, thinks, since my relatives have died and gone, now I will go forth, having shaved off my hair and beard. Because he has decayed in terms of relatives, he will go forth. Having shaved off his hair and beard, this is said to be decay through relatives. Though you, Honorable Rastrapala, had not decayed in terms of relatives, you went forth with true faith, having shaved off your hair and beard and donned saffron robes. Why, Rastrapala? Your relatives originate from the Kauravya family, and they are prospering in this Stula Kostaka. What did you, Honorable Rastrapala, know, see, so that you went forth? I am not pleased with this. I cannot bear this. O Rastrapala, what is decay in terms of possessions? Here a son of noble family, after his possessions have become few and exhausted, and have run out, thinks, since my possessions are few and exhausted, and have run out, now I will go forth, having shaved off my hair and beard. Because he has decayed in terms of possessions, he will go forth, having shaved off his hair and beard. This is said to be decay in terms of possessions. Though you, Honorable Rastrapala, had not decayed in terms of possessions, you went forth. Since you, Honorable Rastrapala, belong to the best and most excellent family in this Stula Kostaka, you have many possessions. What did you, Honorable Rastrapala, know, see, hear, and understand, that you went forth from your home into homelessness with true faith, having shaved off your hair and beard and donned saffron robes? I am not pleased with this. I cannot bear this. O great king, that blessed one, Tathagata, Arhat, perfectly awakened one, the one who knows and sees, said that these four are paths for aversion to the world. By these aversions to the world, sons of noble families will go forth from their homes into homelessness with true faith, having shaved off their hair and beards and donned saffron robes. Great king, all beings of this world are led by old age. Beings of this world have no refuge because they have no one to follow them. Beings of this world have no possessions because they must leave everyone. And beings of this world are never satisfied because they do not know contentment and are slaves to desire. Thus I knew, saw, heard, and understood, and then I went forth in that way. I do not fully understand the meaning of what you have briefly said, but have not elucidated sufficiently. May the Honorable Rastrapala explain in detail the meaning of what he has briefly said, but has not elucidated sufficiently, so that I may fully understand it. The Honorable Rastrapala said that all beings of this world are led by old age. Thinking of what, Honorable Rastrapala, did you say this? Great King, I will ask you something in return. Please answer as best you can. O great King, what do you think? Do you see the age, figure, power, strength, height, and waist measurement of your present body as being equal to those of your body at the age of 20 or 25 years, when you were young, junior, youthful, with black hair in the prime of youth? O Rashtrapala, I do not see the age, figure, power, strength, height, and waist measurement of my present body as being equal to those of my body at the age of 20 or 25 years, when I was young, junior, youthful, with black hair in the prime of youth. Now I am 80 years old, and have become decrepit. Sometimes I need help from others, even with sitting and standing. O great king, having thought on this, the Blessed One, Tathagata Arhat, perfectly awakened one, the one who knows and sees, said that all beings of this world are led by old age. Having known, seen, heard, and understood this, I went forth from my home into homelessness with true faith, having shaved off my hair and beard and donned saffron robes. I am pleased with this, and I bear it. I too am pleased with and bear what you, Honorable Rashtrapala, are pleased with and bear. The Honorable Rashtrapala also said that beings of this world have no refuge because they have no one to follow them. I have sons, wives, slaves, workmen, jesters, barbers, bath attendants, horse trainers, elephant drivers, horsemen, charioteers, swordsmen, archers, servants, attendants, dancers, and brave, bold princes like Praskandans and great Nagnas, who conquer my enemies, adversaries, and foes. However, the Honorable Rashtrapala said that beings of this world have no refuge because they have no one to follow them. Thinking of what, Honorable Rashtrapala, did you say this? Great King, I will ask you something in return. Please answer as best you can. O great King, do you have any trouble in your body now? Yes, O Rashtrapala, I do. An illness of the wind afflicts my back now. O great king, when an illness of the wind afflicts your back, if you say, O my sons, wives, slaves, workmen, jesters, barbers, bath attendants, horse trainers, elephant drivers, horsemen, charioteers, swordsmen, archers, servants, attendants, dancers, and brave, bold princes like Praskandans and great Nagnas, now end the violent, acute, hot, intolerable, and unpleasant pain that has befallen me, can they do so? No, O Rashtrapala, they cannot. When an illness of wind afflicts my back, if I say, O my sons, wives, slaves, workmen, jesters, barbers, bath attendants, horse trainers, elephant drivers, horsemen, charioteers, swordsmen, archers, servants, attendants, dancers, and brave, bold princes like Praskandans and great Nagnas, now end the violent, acute, hot, intolerable, and unpleasant pain that has befallen me, they cannot do so. At that time I will experience the violent, acute, hot, intolerable, and unpleasant pain by myself. O great king, having thought on this, the Tathagata Arhat, perfectly awakened one, the one who knows and sees, said that beings of this world have no refuge because they have no one to follow them. Having known, seen, heard, and understood this, I went forth in that way. I am pleased with this, and I bear it. I too am pleased with and bear what you, Honorable Rashtrapala, are pleased with and bear. The Honorable Rashtrapala also said that beings of this world have no possessions because they must leave everyone. O Rashtrapala, I have sons, wives, slaves, workmen, and princes who follow me when I go, stay when I stay, and guard me when I am sleeping. However, the Honorable Rashtrapala said that beings of this world have no possessions because they must leave everyone. Thinking of what, Honorable Rashtrapala, did you say this? Great King, I will ask you something in return. Please answer as best you can. O great king, what do you think? When death, which is displeasing for many people, wanted by few people, pleasing for few people, unpleasant for many people, and common to all beings in the world, has come to you, if you say, O my sons, wives, slaves, workmen, princes, now follow me going from this world to another world, can they do so? No, O Rashtrapala, they cannot. When death, which is displeasing for many people, wanted by few people, pleasing for few people, unpleasant for many people, and common to all beings in the world, has come to me, if I say, O my sons, wives, slaves, workmen, princes, now follow me, going from this world to another world, they cannot do so. I will go from this world to another world by myself. O great king, having thought on this, the Blessed One, Tathagata Arhat, perfectly awakened one, the one who knows and sees, said that beings of this world have no possessions because they must leave everyone. Having known, seen, heard, and understood this, I went forth in that way. I am pleased with this, and I bear it. I too am pleased with and bear what you, Honorable Rashtrapala, are pleased with and bear. The Honorable Rashtrapala also said that beings of this world are never satisfied because they do not know contentment and are slaves to desire. O Rashtrapala, I am fully enjoying this whole country of Kuru, and I am fully enjoying many consorts, storehouses, and treasuries. However, the Honorable Rashtrapala said that beings of this world are never satisfied because they do not know contentment and are slaves to desire. Thinking of what, Honorable Rashtrapala, did you say this? Great King, I will ask you something in return. Please answer as best you can. O great King, what do you think? You are enjoying this whole country of Kuru fully, and you are enjoying many consorts, storehouses, and treasuries fully. If a trustworthy, honest, steadfast man, who does not deceive others, comes from the east and says, Your Majesty, I came here from the east. There I saw countries that were rich, prosperous, peaceful, abundant in food, and full of many people. Your Majesty, it is appropriate for you to conquer, win, and subjugate these countries, leading such armies, such treasures, and such vehicles. Would you conquer, win, and subjugate those countries, leading your armies? O great King, what do you think? Would you desire those countries? O Rashtrapala, if I knew that it was appropriate for me to conquer, win, and subjugate those countries, leading such armies, such treasures, and such vehicles, I would conquer and subjugate them, leading my armies. I would desire those countries. O great King, having thought on this, the Blessed One, Tathagata, Arhat, perfectly awakened one, the one who knows and sees, said that beings of this world are never satisfied, because they do not know contentment, and are slaves to desire. Having known, seen, heard, and understood this, I went forth in that way. I am pleased with this, and I bear it. I too am pleased with and bear what you, Honorable Rashtrapala, are pleased with and bear. When the Venerable Rashtrapala had had the aforementioned conversation, he, the Arhat, the elder, also said, I see that in many worlds people possessing wealth have accumulated their wealth because of their attachment. Having obtained wealth, they do not give it to others, but seek more objects of desire. Masters of people, having conquered and subdued the earth as far as the seashore, are not content with this idea of the sea, but are eager to seek another shore. Masters of people and many other people are not satisfied with what they have obtained. Not knowing contentment, they will die unliberated from desires. Life is not permanent. One's lifespan is short. Those oppressed by old age have no refuge. Wealth does not follow a dying man, nor do his relatives, friends, or sons. His kinsmen, sisters, all his companions, and those beloved to him come together, saying, Alas, he has become a god. They cry with tears on their faces, tearing at their hair. They cover his body, carry it, make a fire, and cremate it. His own actions lead this being. His wealth is divided and obtained by others. He is born by himself at birth. He dies by himself at death. He experiences pains by himself while in this world. People have no companions in their transmigration. The rich, the poor, the steadfast, and infants are equally touched by birth and death. The steadfast do not tremble. Infants always tremble because they are infants. Foolish, ignorant ones, even having learned, create three kinds of actions, and go to other wombs, other worlds. They are not liberated from anger and continual suffering. Knowledge is said to be the best of all kinds of wealth. One who knows himself understands himself with knowledge. Foolish ones create evil actions because of not knowing existence, non-existence, and themselves. One who robs others of minor things by some means unlawfully or by force will, having created such evil actions, be dependent on transmigration, and the actions will surely continue. He will not be liberated. Just as a thief, having stolen from a house and been caught, is defeated by his own actions as one who has done evil actions, people having committed evil deeds are defeated by their actions in this world and the next. Just as fruits fall from trees, young, middle-aged, and elderly people will fall. Various objects of desire are desirable and pleasant. They control the mind with such qualities. Objects of desire bind and fasten people to this world. If there are objects of desire, there will arise anger and fear. When I saw this, O king, I went forth from this world. The state of the Shramana is indestructible, it is supreme. King Kairavya rejoiced in and praised the words of the Venerable Rastrapala. He bowed low until his forehead touched the feet of the Venerable Rastrapala, rose from his seat, and departed. Hastinapura. The Blessed One then arrived in Hastinapura. When from a distance a Brahmin saw the Blessed One, who was fully ornamented with the 32 marks of a great man, illuminated by the 80 minor marks, ornamented with a fathom-wide halo, and beautiful like a moving mountain of jewels with light surpassing 1,000 suns, the Brahmin went to the Blessed One and praised him in verse. Golden and pleasing to the eyes, you are the source of pleasure, possessed of all good qualities, tamer of people to be tamed, god of gods, and one who has arrived at the far shore of the ocean of existence. Then the Blessed One smiled. It naturally occurs that whenever the Buddhas, the Blessed One, smile, the rays disappeared into the circle of hair between his eyebrows. Then the Venerable Ananda made the gesture of supplication to the Blessed One and said, "A mass made brilliant by thousands of colors." The Blessed One said, Good, Ananda. Ananda, Tathagatas, Arhats, perfectly awakened ones do not smile without cause, without condition. Ananda, did you see the Brahmin speak the verse and praise the Tathagata? Yes, I did, O Blessed One. By this root of merit he will never fall into the inferior modes of existence, but will be reborn among gods and humans for 20 eons, and he will become a self-awakened one named Starvarha in his last life, last birth, last body, last taking up of an identity. The monks, feeling doubtful, inquired of the Buddha, the Blessed One, the one who severs all doubts, "How is it, O honored one, that when this Brahmin spoke a single verse and praised the Blessed One predicted his awakening as a self-awakened one?" "Listen, monks," replied the Blessed One, "and inscribe it in your minds how, not only in the present, but also in the past, he spoke a single verse and praised me, and how I gave him 5 excellent villages. I will tell you about it. A long time ago, monks, there was a king named Brahmadatta in the city of Varanasi. He ruled over the country, which was rich, prosperous, peaceful, abundant in food, and full of many people. He was extremely fond of poets. There was a certain Brahmin poet in Varanasi whose wife once said to him, "O Brahmin, since the cold season has come, go to the king and make some agreeable speech, so that you can obtain a little defense against the cold." So he departed. At that time the king was setting off on an elephant. The Brahmin asked himself, "Should I praise the king or the excellent elephant?" He thought, "Since this excellent elephant is desirable and pleasing for everyone in the world, and especially so for the king, I will praise the excellent elephant for now." He then spoke a verse. Perfect in its form, with excellent features, just like the body of Airavana, with its bodily form, fair in color and great in size, this great king of elephants is commended for auspiciousness. The king was pleased and spoke a verse in return. "My great elephant is desirable and pleasing. It holds people's gaze and generates pleasure. Since you have spoken a eulogy to it, I will give you 5 excellent villages." Monks, I myself was at that time, on that occasion, the excellent elephant. This Brahmin was at that time, on that occasion, the Brahmin. I then gave him 5 excellent villages because he had spoken a single verse and praised me. Now, too, I have predicted his awakening as a self-awakened one because he spoke a single verse and praised me. The Great City. Having arrived at a great city, the phrase about the seat of 4 Buddhas should be recited in detail. Shrugna. The Blessed One arrived in this country of Shrugna, where there was a Brahmin named Indra, who was conceited about his good looks, youth, and learning, and boasted that there was no one equal to him. In a certain place the Blessed One preached the Dharma, sitting on the seat prepared for him in front of the community of monks. The Brahmin Indra, having heard that the Shramana Gautama had arrived in the country of Shrugna, thought, I have heard that the Shramana Gautama is well-proportioned, attractive, and pleasant to behold. I will go to see whether he is more handsome than me or not. He departed, and when he saw the Blessed One, who was fully ornamented with the 32 marks of a great man, illuminated by the 80 minor marks, ornamented with a fathom-wide halo, and beautiful like a moving mountain of jewels, with a light surpassing 1,000 suns, the Brahmin thought, although the Shramana Gautama is more handsome than me, he is not taller than me. He tried to see the crown of the Blessed One's head. Unable to see it, he climbed up to a very high place, but it was in vain. Then the Blessed One said to the Brahmin Indra, Brahmin, you are making vain efforts. Even if you were to climb up to the summit of Mount Sumeru and try to see the crown of the Tathagata's head, these further efforts would be in vain, and you would still be unable to see it. Have you never heard that beings, including gods and asuras, do not see the crown of the head of the Buddhas, the Blessed Ones? However, if you want to see the height of the Tathagata's body, there is a pillar made of Goshirsha Khandana underneath the fire pit for oblations to the god of fire in your house. Take it out and measure it. The height of the Tathagata's body that is generated from a father and a mother is the same as that. The Brahmin Indra thought, this is a wonder. I have never heard of that. I will go and see. He hurried home and dug under the fire pit for oblations to the god of fire. Everything was just as the Blessed One had explained. Filled with faith, he thought, since the Shramana Gautama is undoubtedly omniscient, I will go and serve him. With faith he went to the Blessed One. When he arrived face to face with the Blessed One, he made plenty of pleasant and joyful conversation, and then sat down to one side. The Blessed One knew the Brahmin's thinking, proclivity, disposition, and nature. With the Vajra of knowledge, the Brahmin leveled the 20 high peaks of the mountain chain of the false view of individuality that had been accumulated since beginningless time, and actualized the fruit of stream entry. After having seen the truths, he said, O Blessed One, I have been exalted, truly exalted. Since I seek refuge in the Blessed One, the Dharma, and the community of monks, please accept me as a lay brother. From today onward, I embrace my faith as one who seeks refuge throughout my life. Thereupon the Brahmin Indra rose from his seat, draped his upper robe over one shoulder, made the gesture of supplication to the Blessed One, and said to the Blessed One, If the Blessed One allows it, I will prepare a festival of the pillar made of Goshir Shakandana. Brahmin, I allow it, said the Blessed One. Go and prepare the festival. Thereupon he set up the pillar in a certain solitary place, with great reverence, and prepared the great festival. Other Brahmins and householders tied kusha grass, thinking, May this festival become a basis for happiness, kushala. Since the Brahmin Indra had prepared the festival, it was named Indra's festival. Brahmin village. A fire caused by an old man from the Shakya clan. Once when the Blessed One had displayed a great miracle in Travasti, and the non-Buddhist ascetics were frightened, the gods and humans were pleased, and good people were delighted. The non-Buddhist ascetics then ran away and settled in the borderlands, some of them settling in a place called Brahmin village. There the Blessed One, traveling through the country of Kosala, arrived in Brahmin village. When the non-Buddhist ascetics heard that the Shramana Gautama had come, they hurried to the houses of the Brahmins and householders and said, May the Dharma be attained. May the Dharma be attained. The Brahmins and householders asked, O noble ones, what's wrong? Since we have witnessed your prosperity, we will leave before we witness your decline. O noble ones, what will be our decline? They asked. Sirs, the Shramana Gautama is coming with 1,250 attendants, and causing hail like razors. He will make those who have sons sunless. O noble ones, they replied, it would not be good if you left at the very moment when you should stay and help us. This is unreasonable to us in every way. We will stay if you promise to kill the Shramana Gautama, they said. Please stay, we will kill him. They departed armed, holding sticks and bows in their hands, and clenching their fists. Along the way there was an old man from the Shakya clan. He saw them and asked, Sirs, where are you going? They answered, We are going to kill an enemy. Who is your enemy? It is the Shramana Gautama. Sirs, if the Blessed One were your enemy, who else could be your friend? Sirs, go back. They would not go back, so he thought, since it is pointless to reason with these people, I should by all means drive them back. He entered a hamlet and set fire to it, burning it down entirely. Great cries and a clamor rose up. The Brahmins and householders became frightened when they heard all that, and said, Sirs, the Shramana Gautama is quite far away from us. There is another disaster right here in this hamlet. Since the hamlet is burning, let us turn back to extinguish the fire. They tried to extinguish the fire, but in vain. The Blessed One arrived and asked, Vasistas, what are you doing? O Blessed One, the hamlets are being burned down by fire. We are not able to extinguish it. Shall I extinguish it? O Blessed One, please extinguish it. As soon as the Blessed One uttered a word, the fire died by the awakened power of the Buddhas and the divine power of the gods. Filled with faith, the people asked, O Blessed One, for what purpose have you come? For the purpose of accepting none other than you as followers. At once the Blessed One knew their thinking, proclivity, disposition, and nature, and preached the Dharma that was appropriate for them, and that caused them to penetrate the four truths of the Noble Ones. With the Vajra of knowledge, they leveled the 20 high peaks of the mountain chain of the false view of individuality that had been accumulated since beginningless time, and actualized the fruit of stream entry. The former life of the old man. The monks, feeling doubtful, inquired of the Buddha, the Blessed One, the one who severs all doubts, How is it, O honored one, that this old man from the Shaki clan accumulated many non-meritorious acts out of attachment to his relatives and burned down the hamlet? Listen, monks, replied the Blessed One, and inscribe it in your minds how, not only in the present, but also in the past, he accumulated many non-meritorious acts out of attachment to his relatives and burned down a hamlet. I will tell you about it. In a time long ago, monks, there lived a troop of 500 monkeys in a certain hamlet. They used to spoil the crops when they ripened. The people dwelling in the hamlet gathered and said to each other, Sirs, the monkeys are damaging the crops. How should we deal with this? Some people said the monkeys should be killed. How should we kill them? Let's cut down all the trees around the hamlet, leaving only one persimmon tree, and surround it with thorns. When the monkeys have climbed to eat the fruit, there we should kill them. Thereupon they cut down all the trees around the hamlet, leaving only one persimmon tree, and surrounded it with thorns. They set a lookout and instructed him, You should let us know when the monkeys have gathered. Some time after that the persimmon tree bloomed, and its fruit became ripe. The monkeys said to their leader, O leader, the persimmons are ripe. Let's go eat them. Thereupon the leader, with 500 attendants, climbed the persimmon tree and started to eat the persimmons. Then the lookout said to the people dwelling in the hamlet, Sirs, all the monkeys have climbed the persimmon tree and are eating. Get on with your business, do what should be done. Thereupon the people dwelling in the hamlet hurried there, holding sticks and bows in their hands and clenching their fists, and started to cut down the persimmon tree. Being scared, the monkeys jumped to and fro on the branches, but the leader kept eating, unconcerned. The monkeys asked him, O leader, while we are experiencing intolerable pain and fear, and are jumping to and fro, why are you unconcerned? He spoke a verse, For those who have many things to do, there are also many things not to do. Since there remains much of the tree, leave your worries behind and eat. Meanwhile, a son of the leader had been kept tied up in the hamlet. He was plunged into grief, resting his cheek on his hand. Then a good monkey came and saw him plunged into grief and asked, "Oh, my friend, why are you plunged into grief, resting your cheek on your hand?" He answered, "Now all the people have gone to kill my family. How can I help being plunged into grief?" "Why do you not drive them back?" "How could I do that, tied up as I am?" "I will release you." The good monkey then did release him. Thereupon he set fire to the hamlet, burning it down entirely. Great cries and a clamor rose up. The people became frightened when they heard all that and said, "Sirs, the monkeys are quite far away from us. There is another great disaster right here. Since the hamlet is burning, let's turn back to extinguish the fire." They ran to extinguish the fire, and the monkeys climbed down the persimmon tree and ran away. What do you think, monks? That one who was the monkey's son is this old man from the Shakya clan. He then burned the hamlet out of attachment to his relatives. Now, too, he has burned a hamlet out of attachment to his relatives. The city of Kala. The Blessed One arrived at the city of Kala. In the city of Kala, the phrase about the seat of 4 Buddhas should be recited in detail. Rohitaka, offerings of the Yaksha elephant power. The Blessed One arrived in Rohitaka and stayed near the residence of the Yaksha elephant power. At that time, the Yaksha elephant power was away at a meeting of Yakshas. When the Yaksha elephant power heard that the Blessed One had arrived and was staying near his very residence in Rohitaka, he went to the Blessed One. Upon his arrival, he bowed low until his forehead touched the Blessed One's feet, and then he sat down to one side. When he had sat down to one side, the Blessed One, through talk consistent with the Dharma, inspired. When he had delighted him, the Blessed One remained silent. Thereupon, the Yaksha elephant power rose from his seat, draped his upper robe over one shoulder, made the gesture of supplication to the Blessed One, and said to the Blessed One, "May the Blessed One assent to stay in my residence today." The Blessed One assented to the Yaksha elephant power by remaining silent. Thereupon the Yaksha elephant power magically created 500 monasteries and prepared 500 cushions, pillows, and square blankets, along with 500 hearths. He then said to the Blessed One, "May the Blessed One, together with the community of monks, assent to my offer of a meal at my house today." The Blessed One assented to the Yaksha elephant power by remaining silent. The Yaksha elephant power, knowing that the Blessed One had assented by remaining silent, rose from his seat and departed. He then made a request of a friend of his name Gumjika, a Yaksha of the country Kashmira. "Since I have invited the community of monks headed by the Buddha to a meal, please send me fruits of the northern region." After sending a messenger to Gumjika, he prepared a pure and fine meal during the night. After he rose at dawn, he sprinkled and swept the inside of the monastery, prepared seats, and set up a jeweled pitcher. When the monastery keeper struck the gong, the Yaksha Gumjika filled baskets with grapes and had Yakshas bring them. They piled the grapes up in the middle of the monastery. The monks knew neither what these fruits were nor how to make them suitable to consume. They asked the Blessed One, and the Blessed One said, "Monks, these are fruits from forests in the northern region that are called grapes. Make them suitable to consume through fire and distribute them." When the monks started to do so with each grape, it took them an extremely long time. The Blessed One instructed them, "Make them into 2 or 3 groups, and have the groups touched by fire." The Yaksha elephant power then knew that the community of monks headed by the Buddha had sat down in comfort, and with his own hands he served and satisfied them with a pure and fine meal. He took a low seat and sat before the Blessed One in order to hear the Dharma. The Blessed One, through talk consistent with the Dharma, inspired, encouraged, and delighted the Yaksha elephant power, and then rose from his seat. Many grapes were left. The Blessed One said, "You should squeeze the grapes and distribute the juice." Some juice was still left. The Blessed One said, "Heat it and keep it. It will be the community's drink to be consumed at night." Departure to the northern region. After that, the Blessed One washed his feet outside the monastery and entered the monastery to go into seclusion. Then the Blessed One thought, "Since I was born in an age of short lifespans, I have come close to the time for nirvana. But there are many things to do for the benefit of people to be trained. If I go to the northern region with the monk Ananda, it will be difficult to benefit people to be trained. Now I will go with the Yaksha Vajrapani." And so outside the monastery the Blessed One summoned the Yaksha Vajrapani with 2 verses. "May you be excellent, mindful ones. Mindful ones are always excellent. With the heart that has attained tranquility, mindful ones lie in comfort. May you be excellent, mindful ones. Mindful ones are always excellent. Having abandoned both winning and being won by others, mindful ones lie in comfort." A section index. Awakened power and heaped up. Dharma power and rituka. great cup in the Indus. Feet, having a shaved head and water jar. Apalala, the Naga Huluda, in forest. Prastola, Rishi, Apanaka, Kanta, in Danyapura, converting the mother of best army. The potter in Naitari, the great Yaksha of Sadvala, and Palida Kuta, Nandivardhana, Bhavadeva, Kandalis, Seven Sons Conversion, the Yaksha Earth Protector, giving an image to Nagas, Ashvaka and Punarvasuka, converting Nadika and Nadadarya, in the city of Kunti, the Yaksini named Kunti, Karjurika, and the stupa made of dirt. The story of Apalala is summarized. The Blessed One then said to the Yaksha Vajrapani, Vajrapani, let us go to the northern region to convert the Naga Apalala. Certainly, O honored one, replied the Yaksha Vajrapani to the Blessed One. Thereupon the Blessed One, along with the Yaksha Vajrapani, flew from there across the sky by means of his magical powers. When the Blessed One saw a green forest rising in the distance, he asked the Yaksha Vajrapani, Vajrapani, do you see that green forest rising? Yes, I do, O honored one. That is Mount Usira. When 100 years have passed, after I am completely emancipated, it will be called Tamasa Forest, the best of the dwelling places that are suited to tranquility. Awakened power in Heaped Up. Thereupon the Blessed One went to Heaped Up. There was then a Yaksha of evil disposition named Awakened Power in Heaped Up. Even though people living in Heaped Up pleased him, he occasionally harmed them. When the people living in Heaped Up heard that the Blessed One had arrived at Heaped Up and was staying in such and such a place, they went to the Blessed One. Upon their arrival they bowed low until their foreheads touched the Blessed One's feet, and they then sat down to one side. When they had sat down to one side, the Blessed One, through talk consistent with the Dharma, instructed, inspired, encouraged, and delighted the people living in Heaped Up. The Blessed One remained silent. Thereupon the people living in Heaped Up rose from their seats, draped their upper robes over one shoulder, made the gesture of supplication to the Blessed One, and said to the Blessed One, O honored one, this Yaksha awakened power has for a long time been hostile towards us, who are not hostile, adversarial toward us, who are not adversarial, and injurious to us, who have not been injurious. Alas, may the Blessed One have compassion and convert the Yaksha awakened power. At that time the Yaksha awakened power himself was sitting in the assembly. The Blessed One then asked the Yaksha awakened power, Awakened power, did you hear this? O Blessed One, I did. Awakened power, did you hear this? O Sugata, I did. Quit this inferior evil conduct. O Blessed One, I will. Then the Blessed One let the Yaksha awakened power seek refuge in him and adopt the rules of training. The Yaksha then built a sitting place named Heaped Up. Devout Brahmins and householders built a monastery, provided with all the requisites too. When the Blessed One departed, the Yaksha awakened power followed to serve him. The Blessed One stopped him and said, Protect these people. I too will make my eyes rise up into the air and descend here by means of my magical power after I am completely emancipated. Other people built a stupa in this place too, and named it Heaped Up Stupa. Dharma power in Rituka. The Blessed One, having arrived in Rituka, converted a Yaksha named Dharma power there. He also built a dwelling place named Rituka. Great cup in the Indus, feet. The Blessed One went to the Indus. On the Indus there was a ferryman. He gained faith through a miracle performed by the Blessed One's magical power. Then faith having arisen in him, he was established in the truths. Because the Blessed One, having converted the Yaksha Great Cup, trod on him with his feet, the place was named Great Cup, stepped on with the feet. having a shaved head and water jar. Thereupon the Blessed One, having gone to the hermitage of rishis, there converted, having a shaved head and water jar, a rishi. Devout Brahmins and householders also built a sitting place, named water jar. Apalala. The Blessed One then said to the Yaksha Vajrapani, Vajrapani, let us go to the residence of the Naga king Apalala. Certainly, O honored one, replied the Yaksha Vajrapani to the Blessed One. Thereupon he and the Blessed One went to the residence of the Naga king Apalala. When the Naga king Apalala heard that the Blessed One had come to his residence, he became so enraged, angry, furious, and displeased that he soared into the sky and started to cause hail and dust to fall. When the Blessed One, knowing that the Naga was angry, meditated on love, the hail and dust changed, falling as the powder of agaru and the powder of the tamala leaf. Then the Naga started to cause weapons such as discuses, single-pointed vajras, lances, and short spears to fall, but they too changed, falling as divine upala, padma, kumuda, pundarika, and mandarava flowers. Apalala then started to emit smoke with the fire of wrath. The Blessed One too emitted smoke through his magical power. Thereupon the Naga, with his power, arrogance, and pride broken, entered his residence and sat down. The Blessed One thought, by two causes are wicked Nagas converted, fright and anger. Therefore, I will frighten him. Having thought this, he ordered the Yaksha Vajrapani, frighten the Naga king, Apalala. Certainly, replied the Yaksha Vajrapani to the Blessed One, and he threw a Vajra at a mountain peak. The mountain peak shattered and fell, flattening the residence of the Naga king Apalala. Then Apalala, frightened, terrified, and dejected, tried to run away. The Blessed One then meditated on the element of fire, burning, thoroughly and entirely burning, everything, in all directions, blazing as a single flame. The Naga found fire wherever he went, except under the feet of the Blessed One, where it was calm and cool. Thereupon he went to the Blessed One, and when he arrived, he threw himself at the Blessed One's feet and said, O Blessed One, why do you harass me? The Blessed One replied, O one naturally subject to old age, why do I harass you? You are harassing me. If I had not attained a number of good qualities like I have, you would have killed me, and only my name would have remained. The Blessed One then touched the crown of the Naga's head, and with his hand, which was marked with a chakra, swastika, and Nandyavarta, whose fingers were connected with a web, which had been generated by hundreds of merits, and which comforts those who are frightened, and said, Sir, since you offered a meal to 4 great disciples, who are like wish-fulfilling vases, you should have been born among the glorious 33 gods. But having made a misguided aspiration, you were born among animals. You have spent your life with the desire to beat and kill, depriving others of their lives and harming others' lives. Where, then, will your next mode of existence, next birth, next existence after dying in this world be, but in hell? O Blessed One, please tell me what I should do. Sir, now seek refuge in me. Accept the rules of training, and grant freedom from fear to the people living in the country of Magadha. O honored one, from today onward, having sought refuge in the Blessed One and accepted the rules of training, I will grant freedom from fear to the people living in the country of Magadha. Then his wife, daughter, and son's wife said, We too will seek refuge in the Blessed One, the Dharma, and the community of monks, and keep the rules of training. The Blessed One gave them refuge and the rules of training. Mountain, the Naga's son, said, O Blessed One, I too will seek refuge and keep the rules of training. O Blessed One, said Apalala, since we Nagas have many foes, please do not give the rules of training to Mountain. Even though you bestow on him refuge, he will protect us. The Blessed One gave him refuge. Then the Yaksha Vajrapani, having seen Apalala, his companions, family, and friends converted, danced with his mind pleased, and said, Tongue trembling with rage, his many heads shaking, he caused a rain of weapons like discuses, faced by the humans in their own homes like high mountain peaks. beheld and avoided by many people who warily gasped for breath. He was converted by the Rishi's instructions. The Naga Huluda. Thereupon the Blessed One, having converted Apalala with his 60,000 attendants, rose from his seat and departed. When the Blessed One saw a green forest rising before them, he said to the Yaksha Vajrapani, Vajrapani, do you see that green forest rising before us? Yes, I do, O honored one. Vajrapani, that is the country of Kashmira. When 100 years have passed after I am completely emancipated, there will be a monk there named Madhyandina, who will be a co-residential pupil of the monk Ananda. When he, Madhyandina, has converted the wicked Naga Haluda, he will devise a plan to make the teaching prevail all over the country of Kashmira, having received a place for seated meditation. The country of Kashmira will become the best of the dwelling places that are suited to my insight. The country of Kashmira consists of the city and 60,000 towns, 6,000 towns, and 63 towns. Brashtola Rishi Apanaka. The Blessed One converted the Rishi and the Yaksha Apanaka, along with his attendants, in the country of Brashtola. Kanta. The Blessed One converted a Yakshini, along with her attendants, in the country of Kanta. In Danyapura, converting the mother of Best Army. The Blessed One, having arrived in Danyapura, established in the truths the mother of the king, Best Army there. The potter in Naitari. The Blessed One arrived in Naitari, where there was a certain potter. Excessively proud of his art, he was taking vessels off of the wheel after he had dried them. The Blessed One, knowing it was the time to convert him, dressed as a potter and began a conversation with him. What vessels are you putting down from the wheel? I put them down after having dried them, he answered. I put mine down after having dried them too. You and I are equal. Why am I only this? I put mine down after having fired them too. You are superior to me. I not only fire them, but also change them into ones made of gold, silver, lapis lazuli, and crystal. He was filled with faith. The Blessed One then removed his guise as a potter and assumed his own appearance. He established the potter along with his attendants in the truths. Shadvala, the great Yaksha of Shadvala. The Blessed One went to Shadvala. He let a great Yaksha with his attendants in Shadvala seek refuge in him and establish them in the rules of training. Palitakuta. In Palitakuta, the Blessed One converted 2 Nagas, Gopalaka and Separating. Nandivardhana, Bhavadeva's, Kandali's 7 sons, and the Yaksha Earth Protector's conversion in Nandivardhana. The Blessed One went to Nandivardhana, where he established the king Bhavadeva along with his attendants, the 7 sons of Kandali, and the Yaksha Earth Protector in the truths, giving an image to Nagas, Ashvaka, and Punar Vasuka. In a large lake, Ashvaka and Punararsuka were born from the wombs of Nagas. After spending 12 years in the lake, they appeared on the water and said angrily, Since the Blessed One did not preach the Dharma to us, we have fallen into this state. We were born from the wombs of Nagas. Therefore, let us destroy his teaching. Then the Blessed One thought, Since the Nagas, Ashvaga, and Punarvasuka are of great dignity and magical power, it is possible that they will smash my teaching into pieces after I am completely emancipated. The Blessed One then went to the 2 Nagas, Ashvaka and Punarvasuka. When he arrived, he said to the 2, Ashvaka and Punarvasuka, Ashvaka and Punarvasuka, there is a teaching device of the Dharma called 4 phrases. I will teach it to you. You should know it. O honored one, who will make us desire the true Dharma? They both entered the water again. They thought, even if the Blessed One teaches the Dharma to us, we will not understand it. The Blessed One left an image of himself at that place. Whenever the two, Ashvaka and Punarvasuka, saw it, they went back into the water, thinking, the Blessed One still seems to be here. Converting Nadika and Nadadarya. In that place, the Blessed One converted two Yakshinis, Nadika and Nadadarya. In the city of Kunti, the Yakshini named Kunti. The Blessed One went to the city of Kunti. In the city of Kunti there was a wrathful, fierce, and violent Yakshini named Kunti. Whenever a son was born to a Brahmin or a householder in the city of Kunti, she ate the child. When the Brahmins and householders in the city of Kunti heard that the Blessed One had arrived in the city of Kunti and was staying at such and such a place, they met together, flocked together, swarmed together, left the city of Kunti, and went to see the Blessed One. Upon their arrival they bowed low until their foreheads touched the Blessed One's feet, and then they sat down to one side. Then the Blessed One, through talk consistent with the Dharma, the Brahmins and householders in the city of Kunti. When he had delighted them, the Blessed One remained silent. Then the Brahmins and householders in the city of Kunti rose from their seats, draped their upper robes over one shoulder, made the gesture of supplication to the Blessed One, and said to the Blessed One, "May the Blessed One, together with the community of monks, assent to our offer of a meal tomorrow." Knowing the Blessed One had finished his meal and washed his hands in his bowl, they held golden pitchers and sat down before the Blessed One to ask a favor. They said, "The Blessed One has converted many wicked Nagas and wicked Yakshas. O Honored One, this Yakshini named Kunti has for a long time been hostile towards us who are not hostile, adversarial toward us who are not adversarial, and injurious to us who have not been injurious, and she snatches our children away whenever one is born. May the Blessed One have compassion and convert the Yakshini Kunti." At that time the Yakshini Kunti herself was sitting in the assembly. Then the Blessed One asked the Yakshini Kunti, "Kunti, did you hear this?" "O Blessed One, I did." "Kunti, did you hear this?" "O Sugata, I did." "Quit this inferior evil conduct." "O Honored One, if they promise to have a monastery built for me, I will stop." Then the Blessed One asked the Brahmins and householders in the city of Kunti, "Brahmins and householders, did you hear this?" "O Blessed One, we did." "What will you do?" "O Blessed One, we will build it." "O Sugata, we will build it." Thereupon the Blessed One departed, having converted the Yakshini Kunti along with her attendants. Karjurika and the stupa made of dirt. The Blessed One went to Karjurika, where little children were making a stupa out of dirt. The Blessed One saw the little children making a stupa out of dirt, and he said to the Yaksha Vajrapani, "Vajrapani, do you see the little children making a stupa out of dirt?" "O Honored One, I do." "Vajrapani, when 400 years have passed after I am completely emancipated, here will appear a king from the lineage of Kushana, named Kaniska. He will build a stupa in this place. Its name will be Kaniska Stupa, and it will perform acts of a Buddha, even though by then I will have been completely emancipated. After that, having converted 7,700,000 beings between Rohitaka and the Naga king Apalala's residence, the Blessed One returned to Rohitaka. He entered the monastery and went into seclusion. The Blessed One arose from his seclusion in the evening and said to the Venerable Ananda, "Ananda, let us go to Adhirajya." Then the Venerable Ananda asked the Blessed One, "O Honored One, the Blessed One once said, 'Ananda, let us go to convert the Naga king Apalala in the northern region. There are 5 advantages of the northern region.' Now the Blessed One has just said, 'Ananda, let us go to Adhirajya.' What does this mean?" The Blessed One answered, "Ananda, I have gone to the northern region with Vajrapani. I predicted Tamasa forest, predicted the stupa made of dirt. Ananda, the Tathagata, has converted 7,700,000 beings between Rohitaka and the residence of the Naga king Apalala. There are 5 disadvantages of the northern region. The land is uneven, it is full of logs and thorns, there are many stones, pebbles, and gravel, dogs bite, and women behave wickedly.